Man, peace, love, and reparations. Welcome to Black Star TV 2.0. What's going on, family? I hope y'all had a great week. Hope y'all have a greater weekend. It's your boy, man. I'm here. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, man. Stay tuned and check out some of the older videos as well. Man, if you've already been subscribed for a while, man, thank you for your support, and I appreciate all of it, all the love. Today, I wanted to talk about these natives, man, and how they always had something against us, bro. And I feel like even though, this is, some people would say it's a good fight, but I feel as though we don't need to fight to get back in those tribes. I feel like we need to just start our own Freedmen's Bureau as we had and get our Freedmen Bureau banks back, grocery stores, tribal courts, tribal government, and do our own separate thing outside of these natives. Because I'm gonna break down this article and read this article for y'all, but also we're gonna go back into history as well. And let's get into it though. But the U.S. House members back Freedmen trial recognition fight. So they're trying to get their little memberships back, and we're going to see who's behind this, because y'all know that reparations is the hottest topic on the planet right now, and the grassroots did that. The grassroots did that all by themselves, got it on a national scale, and yeah, so they know that they have to talk reparations to us. You know what I mean? They have to. So at the end of the day, this is why I feel like this is why it is coming, but we don't need right now to join their groups. But let me read this to y'all. So it says 13 U.S. House members are jumping in a fight to help Black descendants of enslaved people once owned by members of the Moscow Creek Nation get full tribal membership. Now we was once owned, so we was enslaved by Indians, right? So the bigger picture, Moscow Creek Nation freedmen are the latest group to seek full tribal membership amid a racial reckoning among indigenous tribes that sometimes clash with tribal sovereignty. See, because they don't want us in their groups as members, and it's always been like this. But it says, zoom in, U.S. Representative Maxine Walters, Democrat from California. Now, we know Maxine is a coon on top of a coon. So anytime somebody from the CBC or the Congressional Black Caucus or the NAACP is involved in anything political, we always have to watch it, because they work for them people. And at the end of the day, they don't have Black people's best interest at heart. It's always some hidden agenda shit. And that's why I said she sees us fighting for reparations out here. You ain't out here with the grassroots stomping around. You feel what I'm saying? But you do know that we now speak that we foundational Black Americans, freedmen or descendants of slaves, and we not getting off that trip or getting off the reparations trip. So now that's why, I feel like she's trying to get into this little mix and trying to help us get our little what's the names back so we can get what they get. But they already don't like us, so we don't want to mix with y'all anyway. Y'all own this. Why would we want to mix with y'all? Why won't we just do our own thing? You feel me? So it says the 13 House of Representatives believe the tribe is wrongly using the 1941 letter from the Solicitor of the Interior Department that concluded Creek freedmen can be excluded from the tribal memberships, the filing says. According to the filings, excluding them from the membership will violate an 1866 treaty signed by the tribe with the U.S. government which gives tribal citizenships to Creek freedmen. Now, shout out to Dr. Claude Anderson because he was the one who put us all on this 1866 treaty, which is right here, that says all the Cherokees and free persons who are formerly slave to any Cherokee, and all free Negroes not having been such slaves who reside in the Cherokee Nation prior to June 1st, 1861. And that even tells you, because remember, they abolished slavery in 1865, right? So again, they talking about them Seminoles, and all of us wasn't slaves, or some of us was out here fighting the good fight. You feel me? We all wasn't slaves. But again, they would never teach this stuff in the schools. But I'm gonna skip down some, and it literally says that the part that said in District North of the Arkansas River shall not be set apart until it shall be found that the Canadian district is not sufficiently large enough to allow 160 acres to each person desiring to obtain settlement under the provisions of this article. Now let's go back. Let's go back to the original article that I was reading. Right? Now, it says, we read that part from the 1866 treaty. That says Moscow Creek Nation court denied the amicus, and that means like a voluntary, like a volunteer, basically an impartial advisor. My lawyer just used that in one of the letters he gave me. The Moscow Creek Nation court denied the amicus brief, but a lawyer representing the Creek freedmen said it showed members of Congress are watching the case. Yeah, people like Maxine Waters. Well, she's not Congress, but you know what I mean. A quick catch up. The Moscow Creek Nation District Court in September ruled in favor of citizenship for two freedmen descendants, paving the way for other descendants to seek citizenship. Okay, so you got two people. We got 60 million of us out this John, but two people, they ruled in favor for two people. Two of them. Rhonda Grayson and Jeffrey Kennedy had sued the tribe's nation board for denying their applications. Following the ruling, the tribe's Supreme Court issued a stay of enforcement of the district court after an appeal from the tribe. And the stay means that they had to put it on pause, because that's what just happened to my lawsuit a couple months ago. They lifted it. They lifted the stay. So background: freedmen descendants say the tribe's 1866 treaty provides proof that the descendants listed on the Creek Freedmen roll are eligible for tribal citizenship. It's part of decades-long fight among freedmen. Decades, shit, fighting for that forever. But freedmen descendants. So it says on the other side in a statement, Muskogee, excuse me, I keep saying Moscow, Muskogee Creek Nation Attorney General Jerry Windsor said the federal approved Moscow Creek, and that's funny because that's not a Creek Indian as your general, attorney general. That's crazy. And this is, again, all this. You remember, the natives worked with the whites to enslave us. Always remember that. They worked with the whites to enslave us. That's why I said we better off doing our own thing instead of trying to, work with them or get citizenship with them again. Nah, we'll just do our own freedmen thing like we did last time, and how we built up all those new Black Wall Streets. We rather rock with ourselves because it's too much animosity between us and other groups for us to be working with each other on a larger scale. General Jerry Windsor said the federally approved Moscow Creek Constitution makes no provision to extend citizenships to anyone who is not Muskogee Creek by blood. And again, we already know how they did that. The Muskogee Creek Nation has a diverse citizenship with a wide array of heritages, including African American, Spanish, Scottish, and many more. But whatever else they may be, they qualify for the citizenship because they are Muskogee Creek by blood. And that's not true. That's because people were signing them Dawes rolls, and we're going to get to that. when we go look at the history. So, and that's how is everybody all mixed up, but they that by blood. It doesn't even make sense. They have a wide array of heritages, including African American, Spanish, Scottish, and many more. He said many more, not just more, but many more. But they all qualify because of the blood. So black people, white people, Spanish people, they all qualify because of the blood. Man, knock it off. Knock it off. Doesn't make sense. Weiser said the matter before the Muskogee Creek Supreme Court is straightforward administrative case, and a lower court was wrong to extend the membership to Creek Freedmen. See, in the Creek, in the Muskogee Creek Indians are still trying to fight us in present day 2024 to not be members or to bond with y'all to get these resources. See what I'm saying? Again, this is why you always have to do your own thing. I wouldn't even fight to get back with these people. I would never do it. The Muskogee Creek Freedmen case highlights ongoing conflicts between centuries-old treaties which the United States has violated repeatedly, the tribe's rights to determine who can be members. What's next? Oral arguments in the tribe's Supreme Courts are scheduled in July. So that's in July. But I want to go to some of the history of it and read some stuff from y'all from this John. So it says when the 5 tribes were forcibly removed from their homelands in the 1830s and 1840s, people enslaved by the tribes also made the long journey to the Indian territories. By 1861, 8 to 10,000 black people were enslaved throughout the Indian territory. Again, we always said they were slaving us. So y'all owe too. When it comes down to this payment of reparations, y'all owe too, and we ain't trying to hear it. So in 1863, the Cherokee Nation Council, and that's another reason we ain't trying to vibe with y'all. We ain't trying to rock with y'all and get citizenship because you owe, nigga. You owe. You ain't about to try to give me citizenship and not pay me back because you owe. In 1863, the Cherokee Nation Council passed an act freeing all people enslaved by their tribe, but many slaveholders ignored the law. While, again, that's why they had to do the 1866 treaty, because you passed it in 1863, but y'all was still slaving niggas. So a new treaties between the U.S. government and the Cherokee, Chickasaw, Choctaw, and Muskogee Creek and the Seminoles abolished slavery among the tribes and outlined citizenship rights available to freedmen and their descendants. These treaties were ratified in the summer of 1866. And I want to read this Dawes Rolls, John. So it says, the Dawes Rolls lists individuals, and again, this is something that Dr. Claude Anderson broke down, the master teacher broke down of how white people were buying the Dawes Rolls, paying, excuse me, I keep saying buying. They was paying $5 to get on the Dawes Rolls back in the day. And this is why you got that one part of it that says, oh yeah, there's a wide array of heritage in here with Spanish, Scottish, African American, and many more, because people were paying to get on this, and it has nothing to do with blood relation. So it said the Dawes Rolls list individuals who lived in their tribe in Indian Territory who chose to apply and were approved by the Dawes Commission. The Dawes and Rolls are listed by households on census cards and freedmen cards listed individuals formerly enslaved by one of the 5 tribes. The term freedmen also is used to describe the descendants of these individuals. Although they were intermarried between blacks and Indians, the Dawes Commissions enrolled people of mixed heritage as freemen and indicated no blood relation to the tribe. What? So how did you mix all these groups, but then still somehow say that the freedmen, you get what I'm saying? You're excluding everybody. I mean, you're excluding freemen and not anybody else. So enrollment of the Dawes Rolls began in 1898 and ended in March of 1907, although there were a few names added as late as 1914. census cards list the enrollees' names, age, sex, blood, quantum, tribe, place of residence, and roll number. And it's funny because that's the blood quantum law that they be saying that, oh, that's how they are based off the blood, but that's not true. They really just basing it off of whatever, because there's a lot of white people that are playing like they're Indians and they have no blood of Native Americans whatsoever. So it says, in general, the age shown on the census card is the age of the individual around 1902. Members of the same household are typically listed on the same card, and Freedmen cards include names of the enrollee's former owner on the back. Yeah. So again, this is why we really ain't rocking with we really not rocking with this or rocking with them when it comes to trying to get on their stuff. Now we want our own stuff. We want our own freedmen courts. We want our own tribal courts. We want our own everything, man. When it comes to that, we we need our tribal government. We need all of that. So we not beat for none of this stuff. And just cut the check, man. I hope to see y'all at the rally for reparations too. Make sure y'all donate. I'm gonna try to throw the link in the description. Make sure y'all hit the donate button, because again, it costs. It's free to get there. It's free for everybody to come. So we all should come in big droves. Hopefully, a couple of y'all can donate. I think he has a goal of about 50,000. Because again, he got to do the stage. He got to pay the people to get out there. House the people, things like that, get them back on their flights, all of that, man. So at the end of the day, it's definitely a bill for the brother, Tariq, and shout out to him for putting this together, and the people who are going to speak at the rally. But yeah, we can't always put all the weight on one person. So if we can all get together and put up a little bit of money each, the brother will get his goal, man, and we can really make history happen again, because that was history last time. And I'm telling you, from being out there last time, man, y'all are going to want to go. I'm telling you, the energy was crazy. It was fun. It was, what I mean? It was, listen, one of the best times I ever had being around a whole bunch of black people like that, dog. Yeah. That and Juneteenth and even though the reparation rally was better, but even Juneteenth in Atlanta, when I went out there with all those black people, had mad fun. My kids loved it, all of that. So again, this is a rally for reparations and a Juneteenth celebration at the same time. So I believe that he said he was going to get some some performers and stuff. And I'm pretty sure Tariq always put together dope stuff. So again, family, we need to all go out and support. Listen, we're not going to get it unless we all on code. Being on code is what got us this far. What got California making commissions, reparations commissions, and now they're about to do a genealogy thing to try to make sure who can get this. Because trust me, this is why this is going on, because of the us sticking together, being on code, and forcing this down their throat. Again, Maxine Waters wasn't down with all this. She wasn't down with all this in the beginning, but you see how as we move, the rest of the people going to move, and the bootlicks ain't going to have no other choice but to conform to what we doing, or just be looking. Because right now, the way we are on code, it's so easy to spot a coon. It's so easy to spot a bootlick. I'm telling you, it's so easy because you stand out now. The rhetoric that y'all kicking compared to the rhetoric on the grassroots is just not the same. And people want the real McCoy. Shout out. People want the real McCoy. But listen, family, make sure y'all subscribe, man. If you stayed with me this long, man, I appreciate you. Hit the like button if you stayed this long. If you're hearing this right now, hit the like button, because that means that you lasted the whole video and it deserves a like, man. But I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a blessed weekend. I'm up out of here.
When you see men fall, don't laugh. Learn. Learn. Because you're on your way up. And the things that tempt people to fall, you and I are not free from that temptation, nor from the the weakness that will cause us to stumble and fall. When you laugh at somebody else's fall, white or black, rich or poor, your enemy or your friend, you're laughing and opening a way for your own demise when you do that. Because to laugh and not learn, to make mockery and not to understand, is to make the same mistake yourself.